Welcome everyone to an episode of the Ol'Timers comic book show. The show where the hosts aren't old, but the comics most certainly are. Joining me this week is our usual crew. We have the Professor.
Hey, Johnny, what's up?
How about those dolphins? And
Hey.
we have the 13th Crusader.
Yo, buenos
It's all,
dias.
Buenos dias. It's all business today.
Buenas noches.
We also have a special guest joining us, the ultra talented writer, artist, creator. It is none other than Joe St. Pierre. Joe, how's it going?
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
My arms are tired holding this thing up. I got to work out.
Well, gentlemen,
What's up,
I'm sorry
everybody?
to say, as Christmas is just round the corner, I think it's time to take stock of where we've been this year. I feel that we have all been a little bit naughty because this time around we have to suffer this.
That's
Where
awesome.
did you get that? That's great.
Thank you, the random dude Josh, for putting that together for us. I will say this now. Somebody on this show has requested a brutal Jeopardy. Now, I'm not going to name names.
I don't know. Jan?
And
Cindy?
yeah, that's you, man. That's
Peter?
you. Yeah. And the 13th Crusader has risen like a knight to the challenge. So
Thanks for
I'm
not
gonna
calling me Mumra.
Oh, sorry. the ever living. So I'm going to hand over the reins, which everyone knows I love to do. I'm going to hand over the 13th. This is going to take us through another brutal Jeopardy. 13th, over to you, sir.
See you, senor. Sorry, guys, but yeah, Johnny, I'm gonna share the screen.
Yeah, good luck.
And
What if we have a three-way tie of 0?
Yeah, that's what I'm predicting. A pitcher's duel of 0.
just bear with me.
So click the
I don't know.
present.
I've been boning up. I read 6 comics today, so I
Six.
think as long as you ask about Harley Quinn and something's killing the children, I'll
Can
get
you
them
guys
all
see that?
right.
Yep.
1 or 2? No, just wait, I'm not an ophthalmologist. So I'm going to hit start.
Click it.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
Those are the categories.
Look at
Right,
this guy.
Before we get going,
yep.
before we get going, 13th has asked me, for everyone who's watching the show or listening to this show, normally what happens is one of us gets super excited and blurts out, "Yeah, I know what that is." So we're actually going to take some time to think about this, about 13 seconds apparently. So we're going to give 13th the opportunity to actually get the question out there before we start getting it wrong. There you go.
What a pal.
What a pal.
The rules are pretty simple. It follows actual Jeopardy, except you don't get penalized for getting a question incorrect.
Oh, great.
I don't know. Maybe one of you. Depends. I don't know. Not as bad.
I see you looking at me.
So
Well,
I'll read off the.
we could do negative. We could do negative points, and then it could be a battle to see who could get the worst.
Here, my mouse is already on the negative. There you go. So I'll read off the categories, and as you can see,
I'm just getting prepped.
Yep. The points, I added an extra 13 points for every question you can answer. See how nice I am?
We're refining little by little. You're refining until this is going to be Emmy-worthy syndicated TV.
You know, you gotta love the fact he's got a brand and he's staying on it, no matter what happens. Right?
Joe's seen me with a tear in my eyes before, just like right now. So here are the categories. It is Doctor Who, What If, The Guest Room, Swifties, and 70s Marvel. And the order. I've heard that going first is probably the worst thing that can possibly happen to someone. but you do get control of the board. So it's going to be Joe, Johnny, and then
Okay.
Bud.
Joe, Johnny, then Bud. Okay. Joe,
That's
right.
Johnny. Hold
Winners
on.
winners go last.
Exactly.
Let's see if I can make Joe, Johnny, then.
Oh, you're even putting him in order. Wow, look at this guy.
Joe, Johnny, Bud. There you go. 13th to the top because he's reading the questions.
Now,
There you
just
go.
remember, you must answer in the form of a question, and you'll have about 13 seconds. So, Joe, you have control of the board. I would say good luck, but I'm not.
Let's
Not as
go
I am
all
with
in.
you, Joe.
Let's go all in, man. 70s Marvel for 513.
Oh, why would he do
Oh,
that?
See, he's doing the
Why?
Jeopardy strategy already. You go to the like, high point.
Son of
Joe's done this
a-
before. It's
Yeah,
not his
those
first rodeo.
those high rollers, they go right across the bottom, right? So when they
Yeah.
catch
Yeah.
the daily double, they rake it in.
All or nothing for Joe. So here's the clue. 70s Marvel 513. While trapped inside the orb of Agamotto, Doctor Strange sees an illusion where the original Defenders are having tea alongside Hawkeye, Spider-Man, Nick Fury, Ant-Man, Black Panther, and one passed out character from Fawcett Comics, as well as one character's hands from DC.
So, how many characters do you want on that?
I can see that spread in my head. So do you want both of them?
Yes, sir.
Really?
One
You are-
passed out character and the character's hand.
who are the Fawcett character who is Captain Marvel Shazam, and the character's hand from DC is Batman. Who is Batman?
All right, Johnny, what do you have?
I am also going for who is Captain Marvel Shazam and who is the Blue Beetle.
Well, Professor, what do you got, pal?
So I'm gonna say, who is Blue Beetle, and who is Green Lantern.
That's a good call.
Bud's got one of them, but the first one's incorrect.
I would have
The
gone.
correct question is who is Captain Midnight and Green Lantern?
Captain Midnight.
The Captain
Is
Midnight.
Captain
was
Midnight the
Hawkeye.
guy with the clock on his chest?
That is correct. And the way that the spread was drawn, Captain Midnight is at the table passed out, but he has web in his face from Spider-Man. And then there's a hand over the table that sitting next to Captain Midnight, a hand over the table with a power ring. And you can find that in Doctor Strange Volume 2, number 2. Remember, the category is 70s Marvel. Bud got half of it right, but no points.
No points, even for
Nope.
half.
No, it's brutal.
No.
And that,
It's brutal.
that is why it's
Brutal.
called Brutal Jeopardy. Exactly.
All right.
You know, that was that spread was when Marvel was trying to cut down on their page rates. They would pay the artist to do one page horizontally and use it as two in the issue itself.
Cheek.
Yeah, it's a
So
double page spread. Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you envision it in your head, Joe?
I could see it in my head. I saw the guy with the clock, but I
Mhm.
would have swore it was Batman's glove with the blue thing. So I don't remember Green Lantern.
Joe is precisely correct. And then to throw a little tidbit on Captain Midnight, his real first appearance was a radio show going back to pre-World War
cool.
II.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, Joe, where to next? You're still in control.
Let's try Swifties for 513.
Oh, what's he doing?
I like this.
What's he doing?
All right, Swifties for 513. Inventor of Accelerax, a super vitamin compound that granted superhuman speed. However, the swift energy burst would quickly fade. Who was that inventor, Joe?
Who is Johnny Quick?
That is incorrect. Machine.
Ah,
Who is Rex Mason?
All right, Professor. Back
Rex
to you.
Mason. It's Metamorpho.
No, who's the guy that created Miracle? Who's he? That's where I was aiming for. You know, our man. Our man. I thought. He
Oh,
might have
our
something
man.
Yeah.
No, it's not Rex Mason.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, you're right. It isn't. But
Who is oh wow. I had something that I was gonna say, but I can't get it out of my I was gonna say Johnny Quick, but it's not Johnny Quick because you already said that.
Time's running out.
Yeah, I know I only had 13 seconds. All right, I don't know it.
You don't know it. All right. The correct question is, who is Jack Rapid
Oh
from
my
Valiant
God.
Acclaim Comics?
I
Oh.
swear to God, I'm checking these dates to make sure they fall in line. You know,
There
we're
you
supposed to
So
go to.
I was gonna say 1997 is kind of cutting it close, but
Yeah,
it
it
still
is.
counts. All
Couldn't
right.
get close
Yeah.
to the hole there. Oh.
You
Just
made
so
it.
the
You,
audience is aware, all the material that's involved today is from for comics that are 25 years or older, and also the difficulties of the questions range from "I can't believe that you couldn't get this" to "I'm surprised you got that."
I'm sure there's a couple in there that are where we think are going to be intentionally hard. They're so easy.
Correct.
and you're the only one who read that comic book though. 13. That's not. I'm gonna challenge that with the judges. No one else read that comic book.
I'm sure there's 12 other people in this world that read that comic. I'm sure of it. I feel it in my bones, Joe.
All right.
Dude,
Let's see.
that's the winter weather.
Where to next, Joe?
Let's try the guest room for 513.
I knew it.
If these are the hardest ones, I think I got a shot later on.
Oh man, come in with a
All right.
strategy, man.
The guest
I
room
know.
for 513. The clue is as follows. While getting a new hook at Star Labs, Aquaman was attacked by this freelance assassin.
Oh, that's a gimme. I drew that issue. That's a gimme.
All right, so who's the
Who
assassin?
is Deadline?
The correct question is, who is Deadline? That's correct.
Dude, I don't know if that's fair, but I'll take whatever points I can get.
Merry Christmas, Joe.
That was
Thank
going to
you.
be one of those so easy. It was
Only for Joe.
Johnny
was
and I
the-
would not
that
have
was-
gotten that.
That was the first issue with a harpoon hand kind of shoots, where it shoots out of his arm.
Cool.
That's
Okay.
correct. You got it at Star Labs.
That's correct.
So, Joe, my
Thanks.
question for you is, how much did he pay for that at Star Labs?
$13 million.
13
Yeah.
cents.
Yeah, because that was a fancy hook.
13
That's nice.
doubloons. It's doubloons in Aquaman's term, isn't it?
Doubloons. That's right. From the bottom of a pirate ship, sunken pirate ship.
You know what? If that happens in the movie, I might go and watch it.
That movie's coming out Friday, isn't it?
A harpoon hand?
Yeah. If that
Oh,
comes,
that would be cool.
I'm still not going to say though.
I saw a commercial for it and I was like, wait, that's coming out Friday? This movie's like they're throwing it away.
No,
It
even
seems
my
like
wife.
I didn't even know about it until I saw something on my social media. They were promoting variants with the Aquaman, Jason Momoa Aquaman. I was like, oh, is the movie coming out? I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
So Joe, I know you drew the harpoon hand and it was able to shoot out and things. So what just for the audience, what gave you that idea to make the harpoon a little more useful than the previous version?
That wasn't my idea. That was in the script.
That was in the script.
So I just drew it. I was the art monkey for that issue.
I
didn't
see.
have anything to do with the story. But it's a cool idea. I like the idea. It reminds me of old school, because this is the old school show, right? The Ol'Timers show.
Mhm.
Do you remember the original Falcon, Sam Wilson? He had the green
Yep.
and brown
Yeah.
outfit. He had the glove with the
Yeah.
claw on it.
Mhm.
I love that guy. I love that.
Yeah.
I loved that character.
That gimmick didn't last very long.
No, not too long.
No.
It doesn't really do much, just you swing around with one hand.
Well, he wasn't flying at first either. That's why. So he had the
Right.
claw.
Exactly. Is that a question? Oh, ask me that question, 13.
Yeah.
Well, we
But
still
anyway,
have plenty of questions to
issue
go.
what issue did the Falcon get his wings?
I think we all know the issue. That now, thanks. Well done. Very cool.
All right, Joe, you have 513 points. You're still in control. Where
Let's
to
try
next, friend?
Doctor Who for 513.
Excellent. Joe is not playing around today. All right, the clue is as follows. He accidentally created the ultra-resilient vibranium steel alloy shield used by Captain America and discovered adamantium.
Oh, really?
Somebody had to discover it.
Who is Howard Stark?
That is incorrect, Machine.
For all you Steve Martin fans out there, who is Dr. Hafar from A Man with Two Brains?
Wrong universe.
Oh,
All right, Bud.
Dr.
What do you got?
Man, I'm gonna get this wrong, but I think his name was Dr. Erskine. Erskine?
Oh,
Erskine?
really?
Dr. Erskine. He was the creator of the super soldier serum. However, that is incorrect. The
Nice.
correct doctor is who is Dr. Myron McLean.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
I knew it was from
Yeah.
that issue.
Isn't he the one that took on the dudes at the Nagasaki building one Christmas? Oh no, that's his brother John. Sorry.
He wasn't down to Die Hard like that. So Dr. Myron McLean in the Avengers number 66, he accidentally kind of stumbled upon adamantium because he was tasked by the government to come up with a super iron alloy, right, for the cause of the war in World War II and things like that. But he had the Avengers test the metal, but he had no idea how to recreate it. But he had an idea on how to manipulate the metal and whatnot. So the Avengers tested it out, and naturally they all had concerns if this ever fell into the wrong hands. Right.
And in the same issue.
Exactly. In comes right. What is it? Ultron? If I
Yep.
remember right. Yeah. So the Vision. So the Vision is controlled by Ultron, and then sure enough, that sparks the interest of adamantium armor. But Dr. Myron McLean.
But they hadn't established the composition of Cap's shield until much later, right? I think that's what threw me off.
Yeah, well, they said initially it was adamantium, right? Or it was some kind of, but they never said vibranium until way later.
Yeah, it's like an alloy because it absorbs force, right?
Yeah.
So from what I remember, Dr. Myron McLean was trying to experiment with alloys to come up with something super dense, and he fell asleep. And that disc.
Oh, here we go. It's more hard gas water coming. Here we go.
Yeah, that disc that formed with vibranium, because they were trying to use vibranium as well. That's how Cap's shield was formed, and he had no idea how to recreate the process, which then in turn made it unique, and it was handed to Captain America.
I love how we turn around and say we don't want adamantium to fall into the wrong hands. What we'll do is we just, bond it to Wolverine's hands instead. Yeah,
exactly. It came in very handy.
Let's not make a fist of it. Let's just carry on.
Exactly. All right, Joe, you're still in control.
Let's clean up the bottom there. What if for 513, please?
What if we had a clue for 513? The clue is the second android created by Professor Phineas T. Horton after the Human Torch, who was responsible for the death of the second Captain America, William Naslund, also known as the Spirit of 76.
Oh, I love this stuff.
Who's that android, Joe?
I sold my what ifs. Who is the original Vision? I don't think
that is incorrect, right. Unfortunately. Machine.
Who is Toro?
That is also incorrect. Professor.
Toro's human.
That's correct.
See, I don't mind blanking on these. These are Marvel questions. I'm like a DC guy, so I'm all right blanking on these. I mean, if I was a Marvel fan and I called myself like the teacher or something like that, then I'd be pulling my hair out now.
Do I get points for knowing the issue that you're referring to?
No.
Well, we'll wait till Bug gets it wrong.
No, I don't. Okay. I don't even have a guess. I don't have a guess. No guess.
No guess. All right, Joe. Do you know the issue?
I'm going to guess. What if number 4?
Let's see. The correct question is, who is Adam 2? And Joe got the actual issue correct. Very good.
Adam 2.
Wow.
Don't remember Adam 2, but I remember that issue. I can see the cover in my head.
Yeah. This was an Invaders What If. I do like this issue a lot because I am a fan of the Invaders. Yeah, so this is the professor, the creator of the Human Torch, still trying to perfect the humanoid.
This was the only What If issue that wasn't a What If, because Roy
correct.
Thomas actually
Right.
wrote it into the continuity.
Right.
I get it.
And it was done to explain all of the time from Steve Rogers disappearing into when he was found again with all the different Captain America had to live on.
Yep.
So there was a second one and then a third one, the Patriot, who took up the mantle of Captain America. So yes, the only What If that actually was continuity.
Cool.
Great story. Great story.
I knew that little bit of trivia.
We should get extra points, you know. It's like football. It's like you score, you score 7 with a touchdown, but if you know the issue, you should get like a couple points. Like
I think you need to get the touchdown to get the extra point. I don't think it works like that.
No, but you could get a touchdown.
Everybody get like a safety. I got a safety.
Woohoo! Give me the extra
like
point. The extra point for what?
If it makes you guys feel better,
Just give me
everyone
the
gets
13 points.
a participation trophy. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, great.
All right, Joe, you still have control of the board.
Let's see what the easy ones look like. 70s Marvel for 113.
I'm guessing Joe is going to have control of the board the entire time.
That's the spirit. That's what I wanted to hear. All right. 70s Marvel for 113. The clue is Rick Rojat was the real-life inspiration for this Marvel comic book character who appeared in comics with the tagline, "The wildest superhero ever, because he's real."
This is the easy one?
Yeah.
Who is the Human Fly?
That is correct.
I knew the tagline. I didn't know who Rick Rojat was, but I knew the tagline.
Joe gets that one. Rick Rojat was an actual real-life Daredevil, and the irony is that the comic book series, which was 19 issues, lasted longer than Rick Rojat's Daredevil career.
Really?
Did he die?
No. So he performed a stunt that in preparing for today's Jeopardy, I actually watched YouTube videos. So I encourage the audience to do that if you want to look into the Human Fly. He actually had the Human Fly costume on, and he rode a jet over the Mojave Desert a couple of times, and he was standing on top of the plane. But his daredeviling came to an end when he was attempting to break Evel Knievel's motorcycle jump of buses. So he was trying to jump 26 buses, and he fell just short and broke a lot of bones of his body and then disappeared.
Oh, interesting.
But the comic kept on.
I have every issue. So it was like 7 issues, right?
19 issues.
19? Oh,
Yep.
I have all 19.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't read past 7.
You can get all 19 for $13.
Pretty much. It's very well. For number 1, there are people looking for number 1, so it is a little bit higher in price. But yeah, the whole run to put together is not impossible.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. Where to next, Joe?
We'll do 70s Marvel for 213, please.
All right. The clue is Model X-37, a humanoid created on the planet Protaris by an alien race comprised of living metal.
Yeah. Who is 10-4?
Roger, that is wrong.
Ah!
All right, Machine, who do you have?
The only X I can think of is who is Machine Man.
That is incorrect. Machine Man is X-51.
X-52, 51.
What do you got, Professor?
I'm
See, I knew
going
that.
to guess that who is the Recorder?
That is also incorrect.
Nice guess, though.
Yes. Very obscure character. This one may be more obscure. The correct
But
question,
this is supposed to be the second easiest.
Yeah.
And it's an obscure character.
I didn't say for you guys. I said easy for me. Jeez, guys. Come on. You know me better than that. The correct question is, who is Omega
That's
Omega the Unknown.
No kidding.
Ah, so wait, Omega was
Yeah,
wasn't like an android?
he was a model. See, it says Model X.
Oh,
Yes. So the Protaris, they were a race of sentient organic metal creatures, and they basically wanted to have their race survive. So they created different models, and Omega was one of them. The last model in their evolutionary chain, if you want to call it that, was a small kid who's Starling or Sterling, I think he's called.
Mhm.
And their minds would pretty much transfer to the next android. It is probably one of the most confusing short runs to read, because you would think that the way they presented it, Omega and that small kid were one and the same, kind of like
yeah,
Billy Batson and Shazam.
yeah.
Yes.
But it isn't that way. It's actually that when Omega obtains all his data and information, because he had no feelings or empathy or whatever, he would transfer what he learned to the next model, which was that boy who was very close to being like a human.
When did they reveal that? Because that run, Omega the Unknown, was only like 9 or 10 issues long, and it ended on a cliffhanger. Like they never finished the story.
I'm glad you asked, Professor.
Oh my
It
god.
it, in Defenders, I believe it was issue 77 or in that neighborhood, where the kid basically the actual Omega from this run he was dead, but the kid absorbed the knowledge and the power, and he couldn't control it. And the kid actually wanted to release the power, and the Defenders were like, no, you can't do that, you'll kill everyone. So he's like, I'll have to release it
The
within
defender was
myself.
like, "No, you can't do that because you have the power, He-Man."
Yeah. So here's the thing. Moondragon was part of the Defenders at that point, and because of that, she left the team, because she kind of accused the team of instigating the situation, and she felt like he was the last of his race, of his alien race, and you guys pretty much antagonize him into doing it's interesting, but it is some sort of a closure for Omega the Unknown.
Interesting.
Very
Yes,
interesting.
it is. It
I
is.
have all of those issues too. It was 8 issues, wasn't it?
It was
Uh,
yeah. I thought it was. I thought it was
The fir-
9. It was like a
the-
weird number. Yeah,
It
but
might be
Mhm.
9.
I have none of those issues. I'm just saying. There you go.
You didn't
Never
miss
too late
much.
to start, Machine.
I think it's fine. I think I've got you for that, so I don't need to read it. Thanks.
All right, Joe, you still have control.
Yeah, let's do 70s Marvel for 313.
Let's see. What do we
Please.
have? During the Thanos War, one of the pages illustrated by Jim Starlin features this many panels depicting Drax the Destroyer's encounter with Thanos' time mind sync warp.
oh shit.
So we're looking for a number. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How many panels can we fit on a page, Joe?
I'm gonna guess. I don't recall the scene. I'm gonna guess. What is 25 panels?
All right, Machine, what do you got?
What is 40 panels?
40.
All right. Nice. It's like turning into prices right here. All right.
Jesus.
Professor,
Bud, what do you have?
41.
I'm going to do the obvious answer and say what is 13 panels.
Ah, guys. What the correct question is, what is 35? Has nothing to do with 13.
I was just.
Do I get the point because I was closest?
Nah.
Yeah, give him a point.
It's fine. It's fine.
Give him
No.
13 points. 13.
I'll-
See that. Let's see that. That's from Iron Man 55. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
so
I think we've looked at that, if I remember correctly.
the panel is in Captain Marvel number 28. It's a 35-page panel where Drax the Destroyer was the only thing that stood in between Thanos and the Cosmic Cube. So this was during that Thanos War period, and Thanos is like, I'm going to put you in a time mind sync warp, and it just caused all sorts of mental havoc for Drax. But the climax of the battle was a 35-page panel that kind of was very, very trippy, very, very trippy.
Cool.
And Drax eventually escaped that, but then he fell unconscious, and then that's how Thanos got the Cosmic Cube.
Nice. Starlin could get really innovative
Yeah.
right into like his Dreadstar years. He did some really cool creative page layouts. So it's that's very early in his career. So I guess he was always thinking in that kind of vein, you know. Let's come up with something different.
It was definitely outside the box for so many little boxes in a page, and
Yeah.
it was very trippy, and I've never seen that many panels in one page yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of any others, to be honest.
Okay. That
He did a lot
good
of
question.
he did a lot of weird stuff in the cosmic books.
That's true.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Where to
Good
next, Joe?
stuff. Let's do Doctor Who for 113. I'm embarrassed by my lack of Marvel knowledge.
All right, Doctor Who for 113. Known for these trademark phrases, curses, foiled again, and mocking laughter of also trapped once in a cell made of Marvelium.
Oh boy. Doctor. Oh, so I'll get a guess. Who is Dr. Savannah?
Very good, Joe.
Okay. I got the Marvelium.
That's where I was going. I knew that one.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was not the only thing in that issue. There was Savannahmanium or something like that, and Shazamium.
Was it? Oh, don't get me started about Batmanium for Christ's sake.
That's why I put this in here, Johnny.
Oh, so weird about the question because I was just combing eBay for the Captain Marvel archives, the DC archives.
Mhm.
I didn't realize Savannah goes way back, pretty much to the beginning. Makes sense.
Yeah, so I put his first appearance there, and you can see it was in 1940, Wiz Comics #2.
Cool.
All right.
Did you guys like the movies, the Shazam movies?
I've not seen them. I did mind. I did mind the Black Adam one.
I like
I'm
the
just
first
like
one.
Johnny. Yeah.
I didn't see the second one.
I haven't seen the second one either. I was hoping to get a review whether I should watch it or not.
My wife says it's better. My wife said it's darker than the first one.
Oh, really?
But I watched the Black Adam one because I had the Justice Society, and that was kind of seeing Fate up there was pretty cool. So
as a fan, it's very hard for me to see Captain Marvel, Shazam, and Superman existing in the same space. So ever since I was a child, it always seemed like you really shouldn't have one with the other in the same space. That's just me. But and the Captain Marvel stuff always seemed to be lighter in tone. So when you start treating Shazam like as a dark kind of character, I don't know, just something that doesn't work for me.
I love Captain Marvel, or the Shazam, whatever you want to call him, in the Justice League cartoon, Justice League Unlimited, and Batman's like, we all like him. He's sunny. And,
yeah, exactly.
And Superman's the one with the grape going on. He's got like the chip, hasn't he? Yeah, and then Superman goes and rescues the Question, I think it is, and destroys what the Justice League stands for. And it's really, really cool stuff. It makes you realize the difference between what Superman believes or what he is at that point to what Captain Marvel or Shazam has managed to keep that innocence, that kind of truth, justice vibe going where Superman can get colored by everything around him. So
I think he works with that kind of tone. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't read a lot of Shazam though, to be honest.
Well, now you can start with Dr. Savannah.
With issue 2 of Wiz Comics. Just lend me $40,000 and I'll buy a poor copy of Wiz Comics #2.
You'll be lucky if you even get a cover with that.
I see a Kickstarter project coming up soon. GoFundMe.
I'll just go up to a Golden Age dealer with $40,000 and $10 bills. I'll be like, let me see the first panel of Dr. Savannah.
There you go. It's made out of Marvelium.
Okay. Of course it is.
All right, Joe, where to next?
Let's go to Doctor Who 213, please.
213. Doctor Who. The clue is, this brilliant surgeon was injured by a mobster's grenade. Afterwards, he became a writer, then a costumed hero. During World War II, he enlisted in the U.S. Medical Corps as a physician and rose to the rank of captain.
I think I know who this is.
I know who this is.
Who is Captain Midnight?
That is incorrect.
Ah!
Johnny,
Who is Dr. Midnight?
that is correct.
Ah!
Oh, Johnny, you took the board from Joe.
What's the name?
Oh.
What was this? What was the category again?
Doctor Who.
Doctor. So I say Captain Midnight. I hate when I do stuff like that.
And just so the audience knows, making fun of each other for the answers we give is highly encouraged.
You were blind not to see it, my friend.
Oh, got
Yeah.
it. I got it. I had it.
So was Dr. Midnight.
One of my favorite Golden Age characters, Dr. Midnight. I love his design.
I even just said I love the Justice Society, so you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right, the machine. Finally, you have control.
I don't know if I dare. Well, let's see where we're going. We'll go the guest room for 113, please.
The guest room for 113 is as follows.
I'm going to regret this.
Creator of Duality, a cyborg monster that was sent to attack and capture an inexperienced Kyle Rayner Green Lantern.
Oh, I know where this guy's going.
Who was the creator of Duality?
Create a cyborg monster that was sent. Who is creative duality? I have no idea. Who is Grid?
That is incorrect, Professor.
I don't know. Who is the Manhunter?
All right, Joe, it's up to you.
I know I drew this issue, but I don't know what the character's name is.
Oh, great. That's what this is about. I'm avoiding the guest room like the plague.
Yeah, avoid the guest room. If you,
Yes.
I honestly don't know the name. I can see. I didn't draw the character. I did half of the issue. I didn't draw the character, but I can see him in my head.
Mm-hmm. I knew you would.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess who is half ass.
The correct question is, who is Ganthet?
Ganthet created him? Oh, no kidding.
So, creator of Duality was a cyborg monster who was a construct of Ganthet that was sent to test Kyle Rayner. And by the end of the issue, Ganthet's like, hey, you suck. Give me the ring.
What, that's a really that question makes no sense. That answer, creative duality is cyborg monster. So, say it wasn't a cyborg, it was a person. You know what? You've annoyed me so much with that 113. I think we're gonna take a break while we balance our books.
Have to
you and I are
recover.
gonna have words, my friend.
Who is this guy right here? See that?
I should have read that issue after I drew it.
Well, now we know what the category is about. Joe is expected to run the table of the road.
Yeah, I'm not picking that bad boy anymore. No
13
chance.
checks in the mail.
Right.
$13. I just doubled your salary.
Perfect. Now I can get a comic.
Now you can get a comic. Right, okay. All joking aside, we'll take a quick break whilst I chill out and batter somebody in a minute. Time for an advert for one of our other shows. Where should we go? You know what? It's Christmas. You might be hoping to get some of these. Check it out. It's a Crisis in the Toyverse. There you have it, Bobo on Crisis in the Toyverse. Probably the man busier than Santa Claus this time of the year with all the figures that are getting purchased and looked at. 13th, the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, so just a quick recap. Joe is in the lead with 739. Johnny scored his first round of points, and the professor, you're still being shut out, my friend.
Yeah.
Very uncustomary.
I'm not going to be participating in Final Jeopardy.
Not only that, we have 14 clues left. That's
Oh
a
my
bad
God.
omen.
That's very true.
All right, so let's run through these. I'll go Swifties for 113, please.
Swifties for 113. The
I am
clue is
avoiding the guest room.
Cookie Quartet member, father of an mutant.
What? Cookie, Joe's like, yay. Cookie Quartet member, father in Mutant. Who? Swifties, fast. Who is Quicksilver?
That is correct. Who is Quicksilver? I was gonna say, Johnny.
That was my gimme. That was my gimme. You stole it.
That is
Sorry.
the Kooky Quartet really is Cap's Kooky Quartet, and that represented Captain America, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye. That was when the new lineup came in. We covered this book on Ol'Timers.
We did.
Do you know how many episodes of
stuff.
Ol'Timers do you think we've done?
100.
We've done a fair few. All right, excellent. Woohoo! I'm on the charge.
Yes.
Yes, we'll have
Where's next?
Swifties for 213, please.
I want to be on that show next.
The correct. Here's the clue for Swifties. Quicksilver of the Golden Age, who had to have his name changed decades later to avoid confusion with Marvel Comics' Quicksilver.
Who is Johnny Quick?
That is incorrect, Professor.
Ooh.
Who is Max Mercury?
The Professor is officially on.
Oh, look at this guy.
Nice. Well done.
Well done. So Max Mercury first appeared as Quicksilver way back in 1940 in a short story, and then it wasn't until decades later where Mark Waid wrote Max Mercury into a story with the Barry Allen Flash and the Golden Age Flash and speedsters galore, and they went to talk to Max Mercury, and that was the name that stuck with him at that point. So
That's a good
well
call.
done, Professor.
That would be my second guess. Well done.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. You have control of the board, Professor.
I'm gonna have to do.
Go big or go home. That's what they say.
No, yeah, we're gonna finish up 70s Marvel for 413.
The Professor. He's not playing around. All right. 70s Marvel for 413. The clue is the character from an ancient advanced civilization who lived secluded from the world on an unnamed mountain that briefly returned the legion of monsters to their human states. Who did that?
Who is Fin Fang Foom?
That is incorrect.
Joe knows it.
All right, Joe. Who is it?
Am I up?
Yeah.
Who is Glorian? Glorian?
That is incorrect. Machine.
Who is the High Evolutionary?
That is incorrect. So the correct name of the character is who is Starseed.
Oh, Starseed.
Starseed was a human who had evolved. See what happens when you lived in a mountain secluded from society?
I see there's more Bill Mantlo on this than anything else. Have you just been reading Bill Mantlo stuff?
I don't know.
Watch out, Rom's in there somewhere.
Starseed, he was a golden character who appeared on a golden horse, and he kind of summoned to the Legion of Monsters. For the audience, do you guys know who comprises the Legion of Monsters?
Yes.
Fin Fang Foom?
No.
I said Frankenstein and Dracula and
Ghost Rider, Morbius.
Yep.
Werewolf by Night,
Yep.
and Man Thing.
See, Joe, this is why Joe deserves his participation trophy.
I
That
knew
is
the
correct.
issue. I could see the character. I wasn't a big Frank Robbins fan, so I could see that awkward pose, golden dude.
Mhm.
But I forgot his name was Starseed. Oh well.
Yeah, so ironically, he summons them, and then they start. Morbius and Werewolf by Night start attacking him. Man Thing is like, "Hey, hold on a minute," but he can't
Yeah.
talk. And then Ghost Rider's like, "Get your hands off me! You're attacking me!" And then all hell breaks loose. And Starseed, unfortunately, on restores them to their human forms to say this is what could have been, but then dies.
Yeah.
So
And
then
then
they revert
dies.
back, and then they just go on their merry way. It was just what took me kind of aback with this story is just the unlikelihood of these four meeting in one story. And I think that's what really attracted me to reading that issue.
Oh, 100%. And
Mhm.
it's what if, it's just a cool idea. Let's do something with it. And who cares if it's not a great story?
Yeah, and the thing is too,
We
like,
just have to do this.
yeah, in the 70s, horror. So the horror
Yeah.
was a thing back then. So pretty much anything that had Ghost Rider on it was a seller. So
Mhm.
there you go. All right. So
Yeah.
Professor, you still have control of the board.
Let's. I'm staying away from the guest room because I don't want to give the board back to Joe. We're gonna do. Well, let's go with what if for 113.
What if 113 for the Professor? The clue is in the what if the Silver Surfer had not escaped Earth issue. Mephisto captures the FF and tells the Silver Surfer that unless he stays in his realm willingly, the FF will die. To prove his point, Mephisto kills this hero.
Hmm.
Who was it,
Stays
Professor?
in his realm willingly. Um, who is Reed Richards?
That is incorrect, Joe.
It's got to be a guess. Who is Alicia Masters?
That is also incorrect, Machine.
Who is Sue Storm?
Wrong Storm.
Oh, Johnny Storm.
Ah,
So,
Yeah, so the FF in this story is really the Fantastic Five because we all know that once upon a time, Galactus said to Surfer, "You're going to be grounded to Earth." He couldn't break that barrier for years. The FF tried to help him, and they said, "Look, since you're stuck, why don't you join us?" And he did.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, in this story, of course, and then they had an encounter with Mephisto, and you know how him and Surfer, longtime enemies, and always looking for a way to capture his soul or imprison him. And in this issue, he's like, "Listen, sign this, and I'll let your friends go." And he reluctantly said, "No, I'm not going to do that." All right, so he just points at Johnny Storm and kills him, and to persuade him to sign the contract, and he did. So, ironically, because Mephisto had to use all of his demons to hold Surfer in his realm, there were no demons roaming the earth, so there was peace.
oh, that's nice,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, they were like, okay, there's nothing to do here, so we're out.
So they conquered the earth.
Yeah.
interesting.
They became
Yeah.
villains. That's an interesting story.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Never laid eyes on that comic book.
There you go. There you go. All
That
right.
was a second volume of What If. That's weird. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Swifties for 313.
Swifties for 313. The clue is he forced the Golden Age Flash to breathe in slowdown gas. Wonder what he ate.
Who is the turtle?
That is
Oh.
incorrect. All right, Joe, back to you.
Golden Age Flash.
Flash. Breathe in. Who is the mist?
No.
There is a mist, isn't there? In the
Yeah.
Golden Age?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Johnny, it's up to you.
Who is Per Degaton?
I love that character, but that is incorrect.
Wow.
For Degaton's all over All-Star Squadron.
Deep cut.
All right, the correct question is, who is the rival? Nobody remembers the rival?
It's just a little bit before our time.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, mine too. That wasn't even a thought. This is around the time of the 11th Crusader.
Nice.
The rival he was actually a professor, and he didn't like the Golden Age Flash, and he actually was trying to recreate the experiment of the gas that turned the Golden Age Flash into who he was. But so he found a kind of a second rate hard water formula, and he was committing crimes with that.
That was interesting that was drawn by Carmine Infantino.
That's
yeah,
correct.
this is
I laugh.
still golden age. The silver age hadn't kicked in
Yeah.
yet. Interesting.
Mhm.
I laugh because there's an area in the northeast that Seaham Harbour near Sunderland has had water as their standard water. Makes me laugh so much.
All right. Where to next?
I'm going to go with Doctor Who for 413.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of hard water, we've had a little bit of a drought. Let's see if the professor can get this one.
Probably not.
Doctor Who 413. The clue is this Atom Valley doctor worked on a secret government project to convert atomic energy into matter.
Dr. Ray Palmer.
That is incorrect. All right, Joe.
I need another minute.
I can only give you 13 seconds, my friend.
Who? I'm blank. Who is Dr. Blank?
All right, Machine, what do you have?
Adam Valley sounds familiar.
Who is Dr. Manhattan?
That is also incorrect.
Nice
Incorrect.
guess.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Nice try, gentlemen. The correct question is, who is Dr. Solar
Oh, no shit.
from the Gold Key comics? Remember those?
Yeah,
Sure do.
Star Trek.
Yes. Yes, Dr. Solar. I do like this character, and it was a interesting first issue for sure. Yeah, because they were trying to revert the process of atomic explosions and rockets and stuff. So they wanted to reverse it. How do we take something and make it into matter? So, well, let me tell you something. Doctor Solar. It definitely matters. See my joke there? All right, guys.
Look at that. Clever.
Yes.
I didn't know the title was called Solar Man of the Atom Valley.
And you know the zip code was 90213.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
All right, where to next?
Let's finish off Swifties for 413.
Swifties for 413. The professor's still trying to.
I need to come back. I need all I need to do is answer one question, and I'm going to overtake Johnny.
The clue is mutant runner with a lightning bolt tattoo on the right side of her face.
Mm.
I have no idea what that is. On the right side of her face. I don't know.
All right. Joe, do you know who the mutant runner with a lightning bolt tattoo on her face?
I think so. Who is Velocity?
Joe takes control again. Who is Velocity?
I was thinking X-Men because it said mutant.
Mutant. Yeah, threw me
Yeah.
off too. But I remember her look, her design.
In fact, she was the very first character in the first panel of Cyberforce Volume 1.
I own that one.
Oh,
I own that comic.
interesting.
Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah.
paid a whole £1 for it in a flea market.
Oh, I didn't give Joe his points. Hold on. There you go. All right. So
Give me
very
my
good.
damn points. I work hard for this.
Sorry, I didn't have the velocity to add the points quickly enough. All right. Now, Joe, the control's all yours. Where to?
Let's try Doctor Who for 313, please.
All right. I like how Joe avoided the guest room. All right.
I'm going to
Dr.
avoid the guest room. I'll probably get them all wrong.
What is Joe Pierre's middle name? What is Saint?
What is who? It's Kent. It's Kent.
There you go. Doctor Who 313. He and his wife Carmen worked together as parapsychologists, assisting law enforcement on paranormal crimes. He eventually became a ghost-like hero with supernatural abilities.
Yeah. Oh, this is my old alma mater, right? This who is Dr. Mirage?
That is correct.
Mhm.
That is correct. The original Dr. Mirage from the old Valiant line back
Who
in the
was
90s.
who is maybe some of you out there in fanboy land don't even know who Dr. Mirage is, but they were originally going to revamp the Dr. Spectre character from Gold Key.
Hmm.
And they said, why should we pay royalties to Gold Key? Let's just create our own new character. So that's where
Cool.
Dr. Mirage comes from. But I love Dr. Spectre as a name. What
Yes.
a great name for a
With
character.
a K as well, isn't it, Spectre?
Oh, is it? I'm not sure, but it doesn't
I'm
have
sure
to.
it is.
It doesn't have to have a K, but it would be cool either way, right?
Joe, I never knew that. So
Mhm.
I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Behind
Well, that's
the scenes.
the Valiant comics started. They relaunched Dr. Solar and
And
Magnus
Magnus
Robot
Yeah.
Robot Fighter.
The dinosaur hunter.
And
Turok.
Turok. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was. I guess
Yeah.
long enough to be an old timer. Let's do.
Yeah.
That's why
what?
we're all here, Joe.
Speaking about old timers, I love it when Joe has to lean towards the monitor to pick the next clue.
Well, the numbers are so small. Let's do what if for 413, please.
Killing
No,
me.
Joe's gonna try to put this away. All right. What if 413? The clue is based on a Daredevil Born Again storyline. The What If Daredevil Had Killed the Kingpin issue features this character who becomes the new Daredevil after Matt Murdock dies battling the Hobgoblin.
Mm,
Mm.
mm-mm.
It's got to be one or two, in fairness.
All right, let Joe get this wrong, then we can make fun of him before you guys guess.
Who is Elektra?
That is incorrect. Who do
Who
you
is
got, Machine?
Who is Bullseye?
That is also incorrect.
Ah,
To you, Professor.
Bullseye. Wow, that would be some story.
It would be. Yeah.
Well, there's only one more character in Born Again, isn't there?
If I remember, okay, who is Typhoid Mary?
Great character. Good guess.
Is
Everybody's
it Karen
wrong,
Page?
though.
It's not Karen Page, is it?
No. The correct question is who is the Rose? Richard Fisk.
What?
Wow, I would have never got that.
Never.
Yeah. So
Never.
I love, first of all, and we covered this on the show, guys, with Daredevil Born Again, which is probably one of the best Daredevil stories you'll ever read.
Oh, for sure.
But in this What If tale, the part where Daredevil kind of loses his, he has that breakdown. He goes off the rails because Kingpin just destroyed him personally, his profession, his house. He lost everything. So in this tale, where the twist comes in is that he goes in, takes a guard's gun on the way to see Kingpin, and shoots him right in the head.
Whoa.
And after that, he's like feeling guilty about because he stood for justice, and he's like, I just became a killer. So he goes even more in the deep end to the point where the Punisher, Spider-Man try to talk sense to him, and he's like, forget it. I need somebody to kill me. He even asked the Punisher to kill him. He goes, you can, I'll take getting killed from you as my penance. But obviously that didn't happen. So the Rose, who Richard Fisk, Kingpin's son, was kind of working against his father in a different type of way with the criminal underground and all that stuff. But when he learns that Daredevil killed his father, he didn't know how to feel about that. He was angry. And then because Kingpin was dead, the gang war just went off the rails. They killed Vanessa Fisk. And the Rose is like, I'm going to go kill Daredevil because he took my plan. So I'm mad at him. But the Hobgoblin is hired to go kill Richard Fisk. Matt Murdock actually goes to see the Rose and say, hey, you're the only person that can forgive me, so can you kill me? But Hobgoblin ruins that party. Matt Murdock actually jumps in. Hobgoblin throws a grenade that gets stuck on his goblin glider while Matt Murdock's kind of holding on to him, and they both die. So Richard Fisk is like, you know what? I'm mad at Matt Murdock. I know what he was trying to do, and I think that his mission was more important than what had happened. It was my mission too, but I should have gone about it Daredevil's angle, so he actually picks up where Daredevil left off and becomes a new Daredevil.
Okay. I've
Yeah.
never seen or heard of this one.
And now you don't need to read it at all. Well done.
I like the story.
Yeah, no, it's Karen Page in this issue dies. She never got a chance to ask Matt for forgiveness because you know how she was into drugs and things, and she was looking for Matt.
Mhm.
So this is a great what if tale based on probably one, as my opinion, one of the better Daredevil stories you'll ever read.
That
Oh,
was
for sure.
early Greg Capullo too.
Correct. That's correct. All right. What's next? That's you,
Is
Joe.
it me? What if for 313, please?
313. After retrieving Terex the Tamer for Galactus, this character becomes Galactus's new herald immediately after Terex is banished to a black hole for betraying his master.
It's got to be who is Frankie Ray?
That is incorrect.
Oh, damn it!
I like Joe's passion. He's well in control, and he's still.
I have no idea what the score is.
Who
I
is
just don't like getting this stuff wrong.
who is Drax the Destroyer?
That is incorrect, Professor.
Nice reach.
Terex is banished to a black hole.
Well, it's a what if thing, so it could be anyone, couldn't it?
Yeah.
That's the idea, right?
Who is Mr. Fantastic?
Who is Spider-Man?
Any more guesses before we?
No.
Can I guess? You don't have
Yeah.
to give me any points if it's Doctor Doom. Who is
That is
Doctor
also
Doom?
incorrect.
That's a good shout, though. Yeah.
Yeah. 13 guesses before we get next one.
Show the answer.
All right. The correct question is, who is Dazzler?
What?
Of course it is.
What?
What if Dazzler
Yeah,
was the
what
Herald
if?
of Galactus?
That was actually from the first volume of Dazzler where Galactus was guest starred in.
That's correct.
Remember, it's kind of she
Ah.
in the first few issues of her series, she was kind of like Squirrel Girl. Well, she was kind of going up against all of the biggest, baddest characters in Marvel. So,
Yeah. In canon, she actually defeats Terex the Tamer and then all as well. But in here,
Yeah.
she does as well. But Galactus is like, hold on, wait a minute. I have a job for you. So she becomes the new Herald.
so I forgot this was a what if for a second. I might have gotten that Dazzler reference because I was like, I remember Terex going into the black hole, and I couldn't remember what issue that was. So
There you go. All right. You're still in control, Joe. 4
What
clues
if?
left.
What if 213, please?
What
Let
if
me
there were
get-
2 13s? The world would be a better place, not explained.
There wouldn't that be 26 Crusaders?
It'd be
Perhaps.
twice as brutal.
Correct. That is correct. Now, the brutal clue for 213. In the What If Wolverine Had Killed the Hulk tale, Wolverine celebrates his killing of the Hulk at a Canadian tavern and also kills a civilian during a bar fight. The fugitive Wolverine then joined this group.
Mm. Who is Gamma Flight?
That is incorrect, Machine.
No idea.
Who is the Frightful Four?
Ooh, nope.
Wow, nice one.
Nope. Professor.
I want to say Alpha Flight, but instead
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Alpha
say who is the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants?
The correct question is, Bud is correct.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Who are the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants?
Nice.
Magneto's like, hey, I like what you did. I got a job for you.
Nice.
He joins the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and Wolverine is sent to infiltrate the X-Men, so he becomes a member. And his job is to disrupt and do all that type of stuff. But someone catches his eye, and he feels a little bad about what he's doing, and that someone was Jean Grey.
Oh, that was Cyclops.
But Wolverine dies in there for going against Magneto. Like, duh.
Mhm.
So you're made out of metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, totally.
What's the scores going into the final round, please? 13.
All right, with 3 clues left, Joe is in front with 1465.
I don't think anybody can catch him mathematically.
How could you get 1465 with threes? 15s, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Johnny's got 326, so he's officially in last because Bud is
Ooh.
only ahead of him by 100 points.
So it's a battle
Right.
for second
It's
place.
a battle for second place.
But in fairness, I don't think there's been a lot of DC questions in this. I just want
I
to
was
point it out.
just gonna
here.
say something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
been
Marvel stuff,
there's been a shit ton of Marvel and hardly any
Which-
DC.
which is why the scores are where they are. Because
Mm.
Merry
I would
Christmas, Machine.
probably.
All right, so
Machine, you're getting brutalized.
Yeah, well, it's what
all right,
normally
where's the
happens on this.
professor?
well, I guess we're gonna go with the guest room for 213.
Is there a
All right.
second round too? Are we gonna do
God, I hope not.
Oh no, I wish. The clue is the dirty rat that once took possession of Eddie Brock's Venom's body.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that gangster's name. What the heck? I can't remember his name.
Final answer?
Oh, wait a second. That's not even. Oh, who is Venom? Not Venom. Vermin. Who's
That is
Vermin?
incorrect. All right, Joe, tell them who
Really?
it is.
One of the worst characters I ever drew. Who is Dirt Nap?
That is correct. That is correct.
Lame,
Dirt Nap.
lame character.
Yes. Joseph?
Silence.
Dirt
Complete
Nap?
silence. He was. I don't know if he was a mutant or what. He was some kind. He was a rat with a big smiley face on his back.
Hmm.
And he would devour you like he would eat you. He could expand his body and eat you like a boa constrictor. And then he would assume your identity somehow, if I remember right.
Hmm.
So
He would try to absorb someone into himself,
yeah,
pretty
that
much.
was
This is written by the Larry Hama, the guy that created G.I. Joe. That was really kind
Yeah.
of a little low on the. That's scraping the bottom of the barrel for characters there.
Hmm. Inked
Yeah.
by Al Milgram as well.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure the first appearance of Dirt Nap. Oh, do you have it? Is that what this is? Wolverine
Yeah, Wolverine number 2.
number
volume
95?
95, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
he had a different he had a different appearance. Wow.
He actually was in
He
more
wasn't
than
a one and
comic
done.
book.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
too bad. And has he been seen since? Probably not, right?
He's
I
been
am-
sent for a big dirt nap.
Oh my God.
Here we go. So,
All right. So you have control, Joe.
thank you. We'll do 313.
313.
Please.
I am the boy's father. I will spend 5 minutes with him, was said by this character in the story titled New Moon Asunder.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
That's not really fair. Let's pass it on to let's do this.
No,
Let's do the
let's
second
no,
place. I
no,
want
no,
to see
let's-
the war for second place.
No, I'm happy for you to answer the question. You knock yourself out.
Who's Rye?
That is correct.
That's
Joe's
that was my
first
first
book.
gig.
Yep.
I had tons of those first volumes. Yeah.
You're not the only one.
Joe, whatever happened with the drawing boards for these?
The original art.
Yeah, the original art.
The original art for issue 1, the entire issue, I traded with the inker, Charles. He got the entire. Usually, you split the work up between the penciler and the inker. Usually, the penciler gets half to 2/3, and the inker gets half to 2/3 to 1/3. But we decided to trade, so I got the entire issue 1, and Charles got the entire issue 2. And I sold issue 1 like to a dealer in the Netherlands.
Hmm.
for like $1,100.
Interesting.
Yeah. it was
You
very
wish you still
interesting.
had it?
I do actually. I was walking around the Netherlands money looks like candy. It's all bright colors and blues and greens and purples and blues. So I'm walking out of the comic shop. I'd never seen money like this before. I'm just a young kid, so I'm like, "Oh, this is cool. Can I lick this money?" And they got my friend Cito I was with was like, "Put that away. You're gonna get robbed." I'm just like, it's like throwing $100 bills out in public. Weird time. It was a weird time.
So
What
Joe
did that
said bye to Rye.
What did that translate into American dollars?
I was about 1,100. I
okay.
think I was paid with U.S. dollars. No, I wasn't. I think that's what it worked out to.
Impressive.
I never knew that story. I'm glad I asked.
And yeah, that was fun. That was my first European convention too. We did a show in Breda in the Netherlands, and it was me and a gentleman by the name of Sal Buscema, who you may have heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Sal were like the headline artists at this convention. It was kind of fun. And I got to meet Sal's an idol. He's in my top 5, probably.
He's in my top 5 as well.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I got to meet Sal. That was one of the highlights of my career, for sure.
Cool.
Sal rules. Sal rules.
Wow.
Indeed.
All that from Rye number 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yes. Let's
All right.
move on to the last.
413. All right. The last clue for Joe. A Washington, D.C. police officer yells, "Free, Space Ghost. Move a muscle and you'll have more holes than a calculator can count." At this former U.S. Army Special Forces character turned superhero. Who was it, Joe?
I don't know this. Space Ghost? I have no idea.
All right. Machine.
I drew this?
I'm taking a punt on this. Who is Carol Danvers?
All right, Professor. Are you going to catch the punt and run it for a touchdown, Professor?
I'm
There's a
not.
purchase finding somebody.
Oh, I
US
think I
Army
know who it
Special
is.
Forces character.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows who this character is.
Any guesses, Joe?
Yeah, is it who is Agent Liberty?
A little too late, but that is correct.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Agent Liberty. I
Cool.
love the pencils in that story, without a doubt. Oh yeah, I love
cool. Thank you.
it. Do you have the original art for this still with you, or is that also?
No, that's all gone.
It's all
Sold
gone?
off piece by piece.
Really?
Yep. Pages by pages. I think Rodney got half of those,
Mm-hmm.
and Rodney did a great job on that.
Yeah, I love the artwork in there. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. So I could have sworn that I recall someone saying there wasn't enough DC, and here we are talking about a DC book. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I apologise that you've had one DC, the second DC question beyond Dr. Bloody Midnight. Yeah. Yeah. Good, great one.
hey, what happened to
Woo!
Marvellian? We talked
1,
about
2, 3,
Marvellian,
4,
the
5,
Rival.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
Right?
you're right. Two out of what 25 is really good goal. Well done. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
The final scores. Joe wins 1991, great year.
That was a good
And then
one.
second place, the Professor with 426, followed by the Machine at 326.
Yeah.
got beat out.
I didn't come in last.
There you go. Well done.
And what would my score be without the guest room questions?
You still would have won.
Yeah?
You,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you still would have won.
I'll take that.
You would have about 1,313 points, Joe.
Okay, I'll take that.
Dear God.
That's legit. All right, next round, Double Jeopardy. Keep going.
There you go. Excellent. All right, gentlemen, what a blast. Was good fun. Was had by
Thanks.
all.
Great idea, guys.
13, thank you so much for putting that together.
No problem. I'm glad that you were complaining about DC. That was definitely done deliberately.
Let me just cancel you off my Christmas card list, just so you know. I will save my 13 cents in mail postage to the US. It's fine. It's good.
The Marvel, and again, I just want to thank Joe, because that one time when you said, you know what, you need to make these Jeopardies brutal, like brutal, and then he also went on to exclaim,
Can
you
I
know
take
what,
that back?
and then he went on to exclaim, you know what, if you made it about 70s Marvel, I'll crush it.
And I got one right.
How's that working out, Joe?
Yeah. So when I said earlier at the start where there's always an open seat for you, Joe.
Exactly.
So there you go. I kept my promise, and now we all know about Omega the Unknown and everything like that. So,
Nice.
and Starseed. Don't forget Starseed, the guy that brought the Legion of Monsters together.
Maybe I can use them if I try really hard.
Fantastic, well-researched questions. Serious deep cut action. I love this stuff. Bring it on. We
Yeah.
can do this all day long.
Oh, you heard him. We got him. We got it recorded now.
Yes,
We'll
we
make
have.
it even more
We
brutal
have.
next time.
So all that's left for me to do, Joe, is say thanks, Joe, for spending the time. I know how busy you are. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
13, thank you for putting the effort in.
Of course.
Professor,
pleasure.
thank you for breaking the speed barrier and speed laws to get home in time.
It was not easy.
Damn that toll road.
No, there's a lot of blackouts from the storm yesterday still. So there was a lot of street lights that were not on.
Okay.
That's right. You guys got
Okay.
hit down there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
So as we come into the festive period, let me just say, from me to the guys that are on the show, thank you so much for spending the year. Talk about comic books from years gone by. The next show will be the turn of another year, so we'll be breaking in 1999 as our starting point for the next round of Ol'Timers. Joe, you are more than welcome anytime to
Thank
hang
you.
out with us for sure.
Thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Good man, excellent, good call.
Yay.
So really all that's left for me to say is don't forget to check out UCPM for all your favourite shows. Check, of course, 13, what we got?
The Definitive Crusade, where we talk about all the new DC comic stuff.
Professor.
Check out No Prize Podcast, which is all about the MCU, Disney Plus, and we managed to squeeze in some comic books.
And don't forget, Outside the Panels, your show for interviews. Joe, you should be on there to talk about Zodiacs. Again, that'd be cool. And that's it, really. Happy holidays from everyone on the Old Timers show to everyone that's watching, listening, whatever. Have a great festive period. Enjoy the celebrations. I hope you've all been good and you get the stuff you want. And have a great new year. And we'll see you in 2024. I'm your host, Johnny the Machine Hughes. As always, adios.